Serious, what is the best unexplained mystery? The Great Attractor. It's a supermassive something, not a black hole, by the way, which is inexorably dragging everything nearby, including the entire Milky Way galaxy, towards it. Nobody knows what it is, though it's being theorized to be an incredibly dense cluster of galaxies, equating to the better part of 100,000 Milky Ways. Probably my favorite unsolved mystery is the Elian Moore Lighthouse mystery. Basically, the 3 lighthouse keepers disappeared from the island. Inside the lighthouse they found uneaten meals on the table, and missing coats among other weird things. The creepy part is the logbook. It's supposed to be used strictly for logging work-related entries, but they started using it as a sort of journal/diary. It was explained in the logbook how there was a terrible storm that was lasting for many days, and that one of the keepers, an old, weathered seaman, was crying in fear. The last entry said that the storm had ended and everything was calm and fine. A neighboring island reported that there was never a storm. The crew murders is a pretty good one. A farming couple were murdered, and their bodies were dumped in a river. After they were missing for a week, their home was searched, and their still living baby daughter was found there. The wife's father was convicted of the crime, but later released, when it was discovered that the detective inspectors in charge of investigating had falsified evidence to implicate him. The actual murderer has never been identified. What makes it interesting is that doctors believe that during the week her parents were at the bottom of the river weighted down with car parts. Someone was regularly feeding the baby. The encephalitis lethargica epidemic that struck between 1915 to 1926. No one knows why it happened, nor has there been a recurrence since the initial outbreak. From Wikipedia. The disease attacks the brain, leaving some victims in a statue-like condition, speechless and motionless. Between 1915 and 1926, an epidemic of encephalitis lethargica spread around the world. Nearly 5 million people were affected, a third of whom died in the acute stages. Many of those who survived never returned to their pre-existing aliveness. They would be conscious and aware, yet not fully awake. They would sit motionless and speechless all day in their chairs, totally lacking energy, impetus, initiative, motive, appetite, affect or desire. They registered what went on about them without active attention, and with profound indifference. They neither conveyed nor felt the feeling of life. They were as insubstantial as ghosts, and as passive as zombies. The Silent Twins. 2 twins. They only spoke to one another in a language they created. They also tried to kill each other on occasion. They were committed, where they both eventually decided that, in order to live a normal life, one of them would have to die. So they decided which one of them would die, and then she did. Of heart failure, inflammation of the heart.